Hey everyone, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the first video on my channel for 2021. This is so weird, so crazy, but I'm really happy to be filming today. We're kicking off the year with a personal finance video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my budget. I'm starting to create my budget for 2021, so it's a little bit vlog style. And then in the second half of the video, I'm going to be talking about just reflections on 2020 regarding personal finance. I'm going to be letting you guys know how much debt I have left for the year, so how much I'm carrying into 2021. I'm also going to be letting you guys know how much money I made from YouTube this year. So it's going to be a bit of a mismatched video, but I know you guys like the personal finance content, so I hope you enjoy this video. Grab a drink, cup of tea, whatever you want, and let's get into it. Really quick, you guys, comment down below, what is the first thing you thought of when you woke up on New Year's Day? My first thing I thought of was YouTube. I thought, I want to make so many YouTube videos because I'd been feeling unmotivated before, and then I just woke up feeling really motivated. And the second thing I thought of was money. I was like, how are we gonna make some money this year? How am I gonna budget my money? How am I gonna be better with my money? Hence why I'm filming this video on January 1st. So let me know in the comments, what is the first thing you thought of when you woke up on New Year's Day? And maybe it was that you were hungover. For once, mine wasn't that. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel, helps the algorithm, all of that. And if you're new, make sure you're subscribed because it's a fun thing to do. It makes me happy, yay. Good morning, guys. Happy 2021. Today is January 1st. It's 11 a.m. on January 1st. As you can tell, I am in bed. I'm still at my dad's house. This is my little room in the basement, and I am just having such a good New Year's morning. I just feel really, really happy. So I wanted to make a kind of New Year's Day vlog, plus making my budget and talking about how I'm closing my books for 2020 financially. So this is going to be kind of like a payday vlog, a monthly money update vlog. I have a lot of personal finance content coming for the new year, especially in January, as I just plan and everything. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I am in bed with my laptop. I am watching YouTube videos. I've got my classic Earl Grey tea with me. I don't, look my best, but I'm feeling fantastic. I want to stay in bed all morning, and that's what we're gonna do. But we're gonna be productive from bed because I am in the mood to make my budget actually for 2021. I know that if I put this off for too long, it won't get done. So I've been watching some videos by Steph and Den. If you don't know them, I will link them down below. I love their channel. They talk a lot about personal finance, and they're more structured than my videos, so they really give you guys how-tos and stuff. So definitely go check them out. I was watching Steph's video about her financial plan for 2021, and that just inspired me to sit down and make my budget, and then I will film a full walkthrough of my budget and my plan for 2021. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of vlog the behind the scenes. To start, we're in bed. We're just gonna we're gonna open up a spreadsheet, we're gonna start making a budget, and it's gonna be fun. I'm actually very excited. You guys know I've been feeling kind of down the last few weeks. It hasn't been the best time for me mental health wise, but I've been resting a lot. I've literally just been sleeping and watching TV a lot, and that's just been helping me to kind of reset. And now I'm ready to slowly build back up that momentum, start uploading YouTube videos, and just start thinking about the future a bit more. I'd been feeling oh, I don't want to set any goals for 2021 because I was just feeling down and out. So I'm definitely separating my personal goals and my financial goals, and then you guys will see them separated on YouTube as well. So I realize I'm just rambling a lot. I'm probably not making a lot of sense, but grab a cup of tea, get cozy. Welcome to the first payday vlog, even though it's not payday, of 2021. Let's go. Okay, so I guess I'll just do a screen recording. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do before we go backwards and look back on 2020, I want to start my budget for 2021. So I'm gonna start making the skeleton. I'm gonna kind of poke around and look at some other budgeting templates, as well as just kind of make my own. I am not a big budget person. I've never like made and stuck to a budget, so I don't mean for this to be like insanely strict. I just kind of want to be able to get like a bird's eye view of my finances for the year and for at least the first 6 months, because I know, you know, things can change, but I just want to write out like what are my expenses, what's my income, all that kind of thing. So let's get started. I have opened a blank spreadsheet, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do? So let me tab back over to Steph and Dan's YouTube, because I think they have a budgeting template video. This video is sponsored by Steph and Dan. No, actually my motivation this morning is sponsored by them, so thank you guys. Okay, so the first step is to budget out your income. So I'm actually not going to incorporate YouTube income into this. I want to do it just based off of my 9 to 5. The reason for this is I don't want to think I have more money than I do because of YouTube. That's the first thing, is like I just want to live off of my 9 to 5 salary, and I would love for everything from YouTube just to go towards my savings or back into the YouTube channel. That's what I did in 2020. I used my YouTube income to pay for things related to YouTube, like a tripod, a ring light, but I also used it for paying down my student loan. I didn't use it to like go shopping. I didn't use it to pay rent, nothing like that. And I really want to keep that. I want to keep strict with that because it's such a beautiful thing to have an extra source of income, and I just really don't want to waste it. Like I don't want to spend it frivolously. I really want to spend it on meaningful things, so I'm not even going to include it in this budget. The other thing is YouTube income fluctuates so much and it is extremely unpredictable, so I'm just not even going to bother trying to tackle that. So the next thing when it comes to income is taxes. Make sure that you are not putting in your pre-tax salary on here because you will miss budget. You need to put in what your take-home pay is after tax. The next step is to list out all of your expenses. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put everything down, and I'll check back in with you guys and show you what I've got. Okay, so I did some initial numbering, and here's where I hit a snag, and this is my biggest issue, and I think, you know, you guys see it like month after month in my monthly money updates, is actually the variable expenses. So things like eating out, clothes, home expenses like furniture, and fitness. This is where I tend to just have no self-control and I overspend, which leads to like me kind of living in that paycheck to paycheck mentality or not saving enough. So my goal for 2021, and I'm gonna do a full video about my 2021 financial goals, is really to pay myself and pay my savings first, so that there's like no money left over, or there's an exact amount of money left over for those variable expenses. So you guys can see on the spreadsheet here, what I did was I put in my full-time income from my job. So every month, that's how much I make. That's after taxes, and that is after contributing to my RSP, so my retirement savings funds. I'm actually not budgeting this, like that money out right now, because I kind of just like to forget about it, and I'll have like a fun surprise at the end with my retirement money. I don't know if that's the smart way to do it, but that's how I'm choosing to do it for now. Baby steps, you guys. Okay, so the next thing is my monthly expenses. First, I listed out my fixed expenses, which I know quite well what those are. My rent is $13.50 a month. My hydro is about $100 a month. My phone bill is $0 because my work actually pays it. I'm very lucky for that. And my internet is also $0 because my mom works for the internet provider company, so she gets a big discount, and she is really kind and pays my internet bill for me. So yeah, that's very fortunate. So those are both $0. My groceries are about $500. That's what I budget. So that's about $100 a week, plus or minus an extra 100 if I go over. So about $25 extra a week. I have a secret category because I have something new coming into my life that you guys will find out about very soon. But that's gonna have a monthly recurring cost of about $100. I think that might change. It's totally new to me and I don't quite know what to expect, but from the research that I've done, that seems to be about a fair number. So you can see already my total monthly expenses are $2,050 compared to my full-time income, which is $3,400. So that leaves, you know, not that much money left over. So there's two ways that I could go about this. I could finish filling out the variable column and then see, okay, what does that leave me for savings? Or I can say, what's my savings goal off the bat? And then how much money is left over for those like fun expenses? And so this sort of method is like a zero-based budget, which means you have no money left over. So my goal is to save $1,000 a month. That is what I was doing with my debt repayment, and it felt really, really good. Every month just saving $1,000. So I really want to keep that up. Eventually I'd like to increase it as my income increases, but to start out the year, $1,000 a month I think is a really good savings goal for me. So let's do some quick maths. So we have, I'm just gonna do it in this random cell here. So we have my total less my monthly expenses, less my savings, means I have $350 left per month to spend on those variable expenses. To me, that actually feels like a lot. Like I don't want to spend that much money on eating out and all of that, but then I look at my credit card bills from the past and I know that it's very easy for me to spend that much money, which is embarrassing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that $350 in the, in the total category here for the variable expenses. And then what I'm gonna do is just, I'm not gonna allocate like a certain budget for each for now. I'm just gonna say, okay, every month I have $350 that I can spend on these variable expenses. So what that's gonna mean is moving forward every month, I'm going to have to pay myself first. So immediately put that $1,000 into savings. I'll see as the months go on if I want to do like $500 per paycheck because I get paid twice a month, or if I want to do right off the bat $1,000 maybe in the middle of the month when I'm not having to pay my rent. So we'll see. So that's my overall budget template for the year. Sort of to give me an idea. As things go on, you guys will see, like probably in my next monthly money update video, I will show you guys like what do I actually do to move this money around and all of that. But that's going to be kind of my skeleton plan, which feels very good to have this done on the first day of the new year. Okay, so after I turned off the camera, I kept playing around with the numbers and I did a few other calculations. So I'll show you this tab. So I calculated here, if I were to save $1,000 every month by July 2021, this is after I pay off my debts, I would have $6,000 in savings, and by December I'd have $11,000. So that's considering after I pay off my debts, and that's not considering if I were to invest this money, which I probably wouldn't, because first of all, I want to have a $10,000 emergency fund. So I looked at those numbers and I was like, that's kind of lower than what I wowould like to have at the end of next year. So I went back to my original spreadsheet and I looked at the categories. And first of all, I had kind of under budgeted what my actual income was. So I looked back through my pay statements on my RBC app and I was like, what do I actually get when I get paid? And it's a little bit higher. So instead of $3,400, it's actually about $3,600. So, okay. So when I readjusted that calculation, it made my total amount in the variable expenses go up. So I'm like, okay, now I can spend more money on variable expenses. But then I said, well, what if I bumped up my savings from $1,000 to $12,000? So I went ahead and bumped up my monthly savings to $1,200, which leaves $1,350 in the variable account. And when you go in here and you bump it up to $1,200 a month, suddenly you've got $7,200 by July 2021 and $13,200 by December. I just wanted to include this clip because I think it shows how much adding a little bit more to your savings can really make an impact over the long run. And then if you take that amount and you actually invest it and then you account for interest, you're growing a lot more, a lot faster just by adding a little bit more to your savings. So I don't know if this is my final budget. I'm really just playing around and starting to get a template going for 2021. I don't want to be too strict because that just stresses me out, but I thought this was interesting to share. The next thing I'm looking at here is my paycheck split. So I get paid twice a month. So I'm looking at, okay, my income is this, my rent, and how much money is kind of left over after all of my expenses, and when will I put the money into savings. So that's like this. And this feels kind of stressful because it's still that mentality of like living paycheck to paycheck, right? It's just like moving all your money and moving all your money. So now I'm going to calculate if I were to get 1 month ahead. So if I were to save for 1 month, you know, my rent and everything, so that I was always 1 month ahead. And there's tons of videos you can look up about that. And when I get more, you know, if I go ahead and do this, if I'm successful, I'll share it with you guys. But if I were to have, let's say, rent already ahead of time paid, so that at the beginning of the month I can be putting money into my savings instead of waiting till the middle, that would just feel a lot less stressful. So I'm going to go ahead and see what that would take, and I'll update you guys. Okay, so if I were to get 1 month ahead, meaning that I pay my rent the middle of the month before, or I put it into savings in order to pay it at the beginning of the following month, and then when I get my paycheck the first of the month, I'm actually putting money into savings, not into rent, I end up with the same amount of money left over at the end of the day, but it just feels a lot less stressful, and it allows you to feel like your savings are a priority. So just doing that little calculation made me feel really good. I definitely think that's going to be a goal of mine for 2021, is to get ahead and pay myself, do all of my savings, loan repayment, investing, whatever it is, at the beginning of the month. And now that I've done that calculation, I actually feel really excited, and I'm excited to show you guys like my plan to getting a month ahead. You guys will see all of that upcoming in 2021. So get excited for that. I definitely feel happy. And yeah, let's get on with the rest of the video. Okay, so that budget is not finalized. I kept looking at it after I shut the camera off, and I realized there are some flaws. There are things like travel that I haven't accounted for, and things like large purchases like laser hair removal or a juicer. So it definitely needs some tweaks, but I'm just happy to have a skeleton kind of set and to be able to just know in what general direction am I moving with my money. And I definitely want to move in the pay yourself first direction, because I think that is just a healthier way to go about it. It's less stressful. So obviously you guys will be the first to know any changes and how things progress along the way. But now let's actually look back at 2020 and just like some reflections about money. And I really want to let you guys know like how much debt I have and all of that. So I really think 2020 is the year that I got a grip on my personal finance. And a lot of that is because of the pandemic. I really just did a complete 180, as Dua Lipa says. so 2020 fitting. Like I did a full 180 with my finances, because I stopped going out. I stopped like the crazy lifestyle that I was having with shopping, going out, like all this stuff. And I was really able to focus on what's important to me. And I was really able to like drill down on my personal finances. So obviously I'm not perfect. Every month I post a monthly money update where I'm pretty much like, here are the mistakes I made this month. But overall, I'm so proud of my progress. I think my two biggest accomplishments this year are the fact that I increased my income by a lot because of YouTube, and I was able to pay off almost all of my student debt. So I've paid off over $20,000 of student debt. If you haven't seen that video, I have like a step-by-step of how I did it. I will link that video down below, but I am so close to being done. So you guys, let's talk about how much debt I have left. Originally, my goal was to pay off all of my debt by the end of 2020, but my YouTube income decreased. I wasn't getting as many views and there was no sponsorships coming in. So my income overall went down. So I wasn't able to actually accomplish that goal. But at the end of December, I made a $1,200 payment. So I'm still on track with my minimum payments of $1,000. And drum roll, I have the amount that I have, okay, I fucked that up. So the amount of debt that I have left to pay is $2,700. And you can see a screenshot here. This is from my National Student Loan account, homepage. That is how much left I have to pay off. So I should be able to get that paid off by February. I'm very excited to have that just gone. It already feels almost gone. Like I'm so close to that feeling of relief, and I'm so excited for when I make that final payment, and I think I'm gonna vlog it. So let me know in the comments, should I vlog like my final debt-free moments? Let me know if you want to see that. So that is how much debt I'm carrying with me into 2021. I'm really proud of that number. I worked really hard to pay it off, and a lot of that is also thanks to you guys who watch my videos and support. So need to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me. So now let's talk about side hustle money. The reason I want to talk about this is not to brag, not to show off, but rather to hopefully influence you guys to start a second stream of income, because oh my God, it changed everything for me. I went from living like paycheck to paycheck, always being stressed about money, to only sometimes being stressed about money because I had a huge lifestyle creep. My lifestyle, I think, is still too high, but my side hustle really helps me like pay my bills and afford the lifestyle that I have. So how much money did I bring in from YouTube this year? I calculated everything, and this is from starting at around 5,000 subscribers all the way to now with 16,000, I was able to bring in a total of $12,000 Canadian. That is a lot of money. So first of all, thank you guys again. Second of all, what are you waiting for? 2021 hopefully is the year that you guys start your YouTube channel, start your side hustle. It makes all the difference in the world. But we need to remember, you need to pay tax on this money. So we're going to talk about that in another financial video, but I don't actually get to pocket all of the $12,000. I have to pay a large amount of it back in taxes. So that is something to consider, but I did want to talk about that as well. So you guys, overall, 2020 has been financially a very good year for me. I'm so fortunate for that. I'm thankful for that every single day that I'm in the position that I am in. I work extremely hard, and I just want to say that you guys can turn whatever financial situation you are in around. If you are entering 2021 with debt, with financial anxiety, with fear around money, with a lack of financial literacy, it doesn't matter. Go back and binge all of my videos, all my personal finance videos, and you can do it. Like, honestly, you guys. So I am still on my journey. I am so far from perfect, but I'm excited to keep taking you guys along with me in 2021. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful or entertaining or motivating to you. And with that being said, I wish you all a fabulous new year once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.